Okay, so here we have one of our two semi-finals. They're already off, started. Two mono black decks. One is kind of fairish, does have braids and other kind of sacrificey stuff, kind of a bit aristocraty, but it's kind of a lot fairer than the essentially pure combo MTGO is playing. Living Death, Excruciator, Demon with Altar of Dementia. And there is a Living Death, which is going to kill everything, or not quite kill, but swap out everything and leave MTGO with three mid-sized creatures. So a bit of a drain here, down to 6 for MTGO. I wonder if there's any possibility that Doomguy77 can just present enough chump blockers here. They've got 4 cards in hand, even after playing this land. Present enough chump blockers here to have the Bastion do it. And here's Ophiomancer, who is kind of a bit better than a chump blocker. And here's Sarcomancy, which is a chump blocker. And already these attacks from MTGO don't look that hot. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. I mean, there's always the possibility of assembling the other combo, I guess. But we don't see either part currently. And in fact, looks like they ritualed out an Archfiend on turn 3, possibly on the basis that they had not drawn into either of the main combos in the form of Excruciator Demon or Living Death. So here is an Excruciator Demon, which is not scary without Altar of Dementia, right? Like, there's no way you can do 25 damage here. Oh, I see, no. Doomguy has less cards in library, but this guy causes you to draw an extra card. So MTGO is going to deck first. I guess, so bring out the demon makes sense because it gives you more draws to the altar, maybe? So we could probably look and see, oh, we can't see, they're all face down, whether all 4 altars were exiled, and perhaps there was something like a mulligan that let them know where it is. A lot going on here. So the snake maybe attacks. Oh, everything attacks. Okay, just want as many Bastion Remembrance triggers as we can get. Don't care about the swing back. Happy to throw an Ophiomancer into the void. So this is going to put MTGO down to 3. I think it's better of trading for the snake. So I may be missing subtleties because I'm not an expert at either of these decks, but it looks a bit like either MTGO has an Altar of Dementia coming up, or they're going to die to just chump attacks in the Bastion. And it looks like there's no way they don't go to 3 here, and then face 2 attacks next turn. I think they do have to block the snake. But also the last card for Doomguy might be some creature or whatever, Ayara, in which case it doesn't matter if they block the snake or not. So they choose to trade with the Excruciator, which is interesting. Preferring what? To have 6 turns in order to kill opponent instead of 3. And Siri thinks I'm talking to it for some reason. Okay, great. Here's Braids doing another ping. So Braids says you must sacrifice something that shares a type with it, or they lose 2 life and you draw a card. So they can sack the Sarcomancy to kill them next turn. So we've got to find an Altar of Dementia or some kind of enchantment. I don't think there are any enchantments in the Excruciator deck. Or maybe we can cycle. Okay. Whatever it was, we didn't find it. So this crazy mono black token Z aristocratic deck is up a game in the semi-final. Pretty good. Checking in on the other semi-final. Looks like maybe they just started. Yeah, they just started. So they're on turn 3 of the player on the play. Can I show you this for 5 seconds without screwing everything up? Probably. They could make this easier. Change stream. No. Come on. Change stream. Okay. Change screen is not the most useful function I've ever heard of. But here we have Exa with a early Ripples of Undeath, then they unmarked grave for a Sire of Insanity, having milled a Priest of Fell Rites, so no blue mana for Kuputus, who has already cycled for a Dowport Mage and just cycled for a Nimble Obstructionist, but without blue mana, they're about to get Sire of Insanity, I would guess. Well, I guess it might be not quite yet. Priest of Fell Rites costs 5 to unearth, and that's the only reanimation we can see. Ripples of Undeath looking very good, as it does every time you don't play aggro. And you just get free cards and free graveyard fodder every turn. And Exa says, yes, I want one of these. What do they want? They want Duress. Going to Duress into Animate Dead here. It's like, make sure there's no coming back from this. Sees Greenbelt Rampage and Emerald Obstructionist forbid Downport Mage, Primal Prayers, and Ether Channeler, but the follow-up is only Ripples of Undeath. So, absolutely dire, no blue mana, no fourth land situation for Kuputus, but no crazy win the game type action from Exa. And the Primal Prayers going means even, the fourth land has to be blue. And is Kuputus just making the world's most complicated 3-mana 3/4 here? Yes, they are. Okay. So 7 opportunities to find an Animate Dead for Sire of Insanity, or maybe they just play a 5th land, Unearth Priest of Fell Rites, or maybe they can do way better than any of this with the Necrotic Ooze and the Engine Rat that are in the graveyard. Really depends on a lot of things. They did not pay the life. They do have a land. And they are going to... Oh, they're going to hardcast a Scourge Familiar. I thought they were going to unearth Priest of Fell Rites. I thought there wasn't anything in this deck that cost 5, but I was wrong. Because they... Oh, there's an Asmodeus in there. So they can unearth Priest of Fell Rites, target Necrotic Ooze with the ability discard 3 of their 4 cards in hand to make 3 mana, draw 7, and then they can draw their deck Yeah, and they couldn't do it last turn because the Scourge Familiar was in hand. Okay. But they decide to get an Animate Dead and play and hardcast a Necrotic Ooze, all of which adds up to kind of the same thing, I suspect. They now have the ability. Oh, well, they just. Yeah, okay. So now they can draw their deck and win whatever way makes sense to them, and any kind of make a sigh of insanity and hope it's a good enough plan is irrelevant. And Kabuto's, with Forbid in hand, watches on forlornly with 3 forests. Very sad. Now they have Mortal Hoarder and Cinderhaze Rich in the graveyard, which is infinite mana. And they can now play out whatever they want to play out from the rest of their deck. Although they can't draw the last 4 cards in their deck in any convenient way. So, but there's a rat here. So infinite mana into rat is just a win. Okay, so yeah, no need to draw anything more. Jolly good. Well, maybe we'll switch back to the other one. This might take a minute. So it is far from a one-button operation to switch this whole thing over. Okay, so now we join this in game 2. There's been a living death, perhaps. There's been a whole bunch of aristocratic nonsense. And MTG Lou is once again on a very low life total with a Bastion Remembrance in play, facing a Braids in any number of chump blocking type situations. So pretty bad for a deck that probably can't gain life. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm just back to the same scenario we left it in. That makes sense. It did seem very similar. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I guess they're just sideboarding. It might have been more fun to just watch the Necrotic Ooze kill, but okay. Yeah, well, they are also sideboarding now. Although, no, they're not. They are still a Necrotic Ooze killing. Okay. Kabuto's is down to 10, and there is 6 mana in pool, 5 mana in pool. So it is happening just slowly. Oh, so was the game that we just saw the last game of that match? I thought it was. I've forgotten. Yes. So Doom Guy, or they played super fast? I don't know. Doom. The second game was like a minute long or something. Okay, we watched the second game then, I guess, and I thought we were watching the first game. Maybe the bot confused me, or maybe I confused myself with great skill. Okay, well, there's only one match going then. Okay, well, let's go back to the only game in town. Exit against Kabuto's, and they started a lot later than you guys, so it makes sense. And this combo takes a while if they make you play it out. So, share your screen. Share this window. Boom. All right, we're back. Nothing has happened since we were last here, other than a lot of mana has been made, and Engine Rat's ability has been well, Necrotic Ooze's ability, but secretly Engine Rat's ability has been activated a bunch of times. And this last time will be the last time, as it causes you to lose 2 life, and Kaputas is on 2 life. But as a proper Primal Players player, they know you have to make your opponent play it out because you need all the clock advantage you can get for when you're Primal Praising. Very sensible. Okay. So now they're sideboarding. So in terms of sideboard cards for Kaputus, not so much. Arachnogenesis, doesn't really do anything. Forbid is maybe good. I mean, they've got to, at some point, put a 4-mana creature into play, although sometimes they do it with Animate Dead. Maybe Forbid is good. Run Afoul doesn't do almost anything. Kills a Scourge Familiar. Scrap Shooter. Sorcery speed, so it's not really any good against Animate Dead. Kill. Consign Oblivion, I guess, comes in. So maybe Forbids, probably Consign Oblivions. Meanwhile, Exeter, currently 7-0, and up again, has Damned, Defense Grid, Lost Legacy, Grave Titan, Vindicate, Magister of Worth, and Silence. Maybe you want the Silence? Can you Lost Legacy Primal Prayers in such a way that it's kind of worth the whole card? So that Nevermore being not very effective, which is kind of the same card. So maybe you don't want to Lost Legacy them, because they'll just sort of play a value-ish game and kill you anyway somehow, even if you remove a combo piece. Or maybe Dowerport Mage is a good enough name. Yeah, it does make sense. Make sure you don't, but then of course your ability to combo is compromised by bringing in these Lost Legacies, but yeah, I don't know. Interesting question. Anyway, they have started game 2, so we'll see if Kaputus has blue mana, which is probably a prerequisite to them putting up a good fight here. And whoever wins faces, I guess I'm calling it Mono Black Aristocrats in the final. XML to 5, Kaputus keeps 7. Keeps the 5. There's an island, already a superior showing. Duress. Duress takes Forbid, reveals Lonely Sandbar, 6 Island, Flooded Grove. That's a lot of lands, although 6 makes lands better, but also draws yet more lands. Forbid is out the way, so here we are, ritualing out something with the coast clear. Double ritual into Buried Alive, into Animate Dead would be a pretty sick multi 5. A turn 2 kill off a multi 5 with a Duress would be nutty. I don't have enough cards in hand to discard to draw of Asmodeus. Could they get? Well, they could get infinite mana, but then they'd have to have some other card in hand for it to be relevant. I mean, maybe they're just buried alive some Siren Sanity if they have a Animate Dead. I mean, there's nothing to say they have an Animate Dead, of course. They do get a Siren Sanity and also an Ooze and an Asmodeus, and they do reanimate the Siren Sanity. Discard the last card, which is Scourge Familiar, and away goes Forest Primal plays 6 island island. And this is looking pretty good. It's a 4-turn clock. Computer just wants to draw land into Ether Channeler, I guess, and there's a variety of other things that buy turns and do good stuff. Forbid is not one of them. Really needs a land because only Dowerport Mage can be cast off 2 lands in this deck. So it's going to have to be a land this turn, or I think they're dead. They try Dowerport Mage, which is a chump and another opportunity to buy land. Do you chump this turn or next turn? Next turn, probably. Yeah. So this has to be a land, I think. Or another Dowerport Mage. Okay, yeah. Oh, Ether Channeler perfection, except for we didn't draw the land beforehand. So now you must chump. And I don't think there's anything that can be drawn here, because Dowerport Mages just buy turns that you then need 2 cards on. So there's the land we needed so badly, and dead. So, Exa to 8-0 plays Doomguy 77 on Mono Black Aristocrats in the final. Pretty sweet. Only black mana. Actually, that's not true, is it? They have Priest of Far Rights and also Tendo Icebridge for, I don't know what, hard casting Sire of Insanity or something purposes. But yeah, pretty swampy final though. Don't think anybody had Mono Black Aristocrats getting to the final, but they've looked pretty good in the brief looks we've had. They were 6th in the Swiss at 4-2. Won the quarters, won the semis. Let's just make sure the matches are reported. They are. Okay. Looks like the match is up and Doomguy has joined. Let me get everything in front of your eyeballs. Button number 1, button number 2.